Here we go. So here we have Bitcoin, and as you see, we did have the multi-crossover and the fan-out confirmation. Now, Bybit had this huge wick, cracked through all major moving averages, stopped everybody out, unless you did not have a stop loss. I'm sure it stopped you out. This is only on Bybit, as you see. Let's see here. Binance did not have that. It was only on Bybit, according to my understanding. Um, so right now you are heading down, being held down by the 21. It looks like you are having a bit of consolidation. So we're going to find out whether your BBWP, which is a volatility measurement tool, turns back around and crosses its moving average. If it does, that means the move will continue. If we head into the lower zone and our moving average gets a negative slope, we're probably going to go sideways here for a minute. Alright, so let's check your momentum oscillators, which are your MACD and your RSI right here. Your RSI being in the bearish control zone, above your signal line. But are you going to come down for a retest and resumption up and break this last high? Or are you going to cross it to the downside and enter the oversold again? Now, looks like we do have, if we get a closure here, we're going to have bearish divergence, which could lead us below these last lows at 16K. 16K is what I'm looking at right now. That is the level to stay above. And honestly, we need to get back above 16, I'd say 16,700. 16,700 is the level to be bullish, above all major moving averages. Your 21 being the yellow, your 50 being the red, your 100 being the blue, and your 200 being the purple. Alright, so that's the level to get back above to become bullish again. If that happens, I would expect 18K, but that has a lesser probability in my opinion. Right now, your MACD looks like it's coming up for a retest. Are we going to get a resumption down, or are we going to get a small cross? Now, remember, you could always get a cross and it could be a fake out and come back down, which would also coincide with us getting back up to the 21 for just a quick retest. And if we are held down and we come back below 16,145, I would expect us to break these lows. But like I said, we could go sideways here for a minute, being held down by the 21. Alright, so let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour, we are in the bearish control zone, making lower highs, lower lows. Below your signal line on the RSI, bouncing off the bottom of the bearish control zone. Now, if we enter the oversold, remember, we can stay in there for a while. This is where we entered the bearish control zone. So obviously, no, actually it was right here. You would have missed this whole move if you would have just blindly sold and bought, or blindly bought as soon as you entered oversold. It's a rookie mistake. Alright, there's a little bonus for you. So that wick came all the way up to the 50, and that's what held us down. Crazy wick. Like I said, stopped everybody out. If you did have a stop loss, I'm sure it stopped you out, unless your stop loss was above the 50. So your MACD, fresh cross to the downside. Negative momentum is starting to pick up, not too strongly, but we'll find out. BBWP crossed its moving average, like we talked about. Talked about this in the previous video. Right now we are in the upper zone. Moving average has a positive slope. I do expect the move to continue. As soon as the 1-hour crosses its BBWP and the volatility continues there. Alright, so once again, bullish if we get back above 16,700. Bearish if we break 16K. If we do break 16K, obviously we're going to get a bounce at 15, but honestly I would expect us to go all the way down to 14.5, maybe even high 13s. Excuse me. So that's basically the bullish and bearish case for Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum. By the way, if you guys are liking this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below, one being the Discord. A lot of good conversation about trading, crypto, investing in there. We stay ahead of this market. We talk about these moves before they happen. We figure it out collectively. A lot of good conversation there. Definitely join the Discord. Also, we're going to have an AMA and a conference call this next Sunday at 6 p.m. EST. We're going to talk about macro analysis. We're going to talk about rules and philosophies of trading. And we're going to talk about current events. And then we're going to have an AMA. All right, so to where you can ask me anything on trading, trading philosophy, trading psychology, my trading rules, anything like that. All right, so here on Ethereum, got rejected directly from the bottom of our red box. Came back down once we had this multi-crossover, started coming down, had a little bit of a bounce here, continued to the downside. We are being front ran by the 21 right now. RSI, bearish control zone above the signal line. MACD, fresh cross to the upside, printing some dark green bars on the histogram, but this could just be a little bounce. BBWP below its moving average. Like I said, we could consolidate here for a while, being held down by the 21 on Ethereum as well. Bitcoin's running the market right now, okay? Bitcoin's running the market, so stay nimble, watch Bitcoin, all right? Let's go to the 4 hour on Ethereum. Lower highs, lower lows, being held down by the 21. Had a little bit of a fake out there and then cracked back below it. RSI, entering the oversold. But remember, we can stay here for a while. This was when you entered the oversold. You'd have missed the whole move. Let's see, MACD. Fresh cross to the downside. Negative momentum is picking up. BBWP increased from a very low read. Once again, we were talking about this in yesterday's video. Talking about the move was going to come in the next day or two. I do expect the move to continue. Maybe after a little bounce. Possibly up to 1150. Alright. 1150 region. Maybe even up to the 21 at 1170. Yeah, 1170. By the time we get up there, the 21 will probably be down to that point. All right, so bullish case is that we get back into the red zone. All right, so that means we would have to break the 50, which is going to be major resistance. We got the bottom of our red zone, previous range highs, and the 50 EMA. All right, so bearish case is that we break 1099. So basically 1100. If 1100 breaks, $1,000 is the next stop. All right, so there's the bullish and bearish case for Ethereum. Let's move on to Solana. Solana, like we said, was going to roll over. You're starting to get the fan out confirmation on your moving averages. You are in the bearish control zone. You are above your signal line, but like I said, we could just be getting a bounce here. MACD, for trying to retest. If we do get the fresh cross to the upside and start printing some dark green bars, we could get that bounce, maybe up to the 21, possibly even up to the 50 and our previous range lows. BBWP, like I said, is going below its moving average. Could consolidate here for a while below the 21. Bullish case is that we get back above the 100 and this previous high at $13. If that happens, I would expect a small rejection at this wick high and the 200 at about 1340. By the time it gets up there, it'll probably be down to 1440. And then if we break that, we'll come back to it. Now, bearish case is that we break this last low at about 1160. If that happens, $10 is the next stop. Okay? So that's basically what I'm looking at for Solana. So if you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. Join the damn Discord. Don't forget about the AMA and the conference call this Sunday at 6 p.m. EST. I wish everyone well, and I will see you tomorrow.